Here reporting from Tech Globe Map. Have another channel for Tech Globe Atlas. I will get there when the scenario is better, I guess. It's also part of the best of worlds. So let's bring the best of our worlds together. We have this time to celebrate each other. Sometimes we don't know how to celebrate. I myself wanted to die last night and wanted to say to Putin that if he wants to put a nuclear bomb here in UK, I'm ready to die. There is no reason for me to be in an atmosphere of war, having so much prosperity to manage with, multiple forms of creativity as to enjoy. What is the meaning to enjoy life? So I'm ready to die, I thought last night. And I'm tired of all these threats. And I've been very deeply touched. I have been deeply touched by the heat of the trains in Spain. So I just couldn't get up today. I didn't want to get up. I wanted simply to never return, just to be dead with them. I was not alive, no reason to be here. So, in the same way, for him, he will also have nuclear bombs and no reason to be here. So, I welcome him to finish us. If that is his purpose, because threats become true. And the troops need to go to Ukraine to bring security, to reinforce peacefulness. They might put a nuke in on top of you to finish this. As in me. So I think my children will be better without a future of wars. And my love is not working for them. I'm not working. I don't have income. I don't have no reason to be alive. So even victory doesn't feel with what Trump has done for New Year, which is unforgivable. Besides getting to know he was on the Epstein files, hurting so many girls, that is simply unacceptable to relate with a criminal. One thing is to have a criminal mind, and another thing is to have no way out. It is good to know of the tech titans from the United States of America and what they plan to do and think to do, and what has happened in these 5 years for the laws of virtual reality. So, being an hypocrite and standing behind the screens, for all of you, makes no sense for me to be here either. It's consuming. Uh, I am I am impressed watching my mother slowly regenerate as well. I cannot role play with my friends or my imagination because everything is being copied, and it feels like having a rapist and a thief and a murderer because it's killing every time you have to regenerate for your family and your children, to have this relation of hackers. And I change from channels every year to wash away from the past. It won't be found again because I need my transparency and clarity to move on. Because people start to feel overpowered. Doesn't matter what your settings are for productivity and goodness. There is this trauma and thirst for being understood in the wrong ways. So I can understand Putin wants to finish Satan. He's also good. He looks at his inner satanic cult, killing so many Ukrainians as a sacrifice for his empowerment in the most evil manner, is to have me hostage here for a peace deal with the rest of the world when we have the power to do so much good. Those was another generation. So today is the fourth week of the month. On this Monday, talking about the word set of setting or setup. So it has an abstract data type. Could be on a set of cards. Like you have a set of characters to play in role play. You have a set of. You will never know the Alice behind under the undercover work of fictional realms. Now I want to talk about Set. Is also a god from Egypt. For astronomy, it's like the sunset. For a heavenly body to disappear below the horizon, the sun sets in the west. You have the settings for the DJ. You have your sets of rules, your set of character traits, and your set of security order within the law of your systems. I want you to know that you're not alone when you also communicate with the other. So we have been set here to meet face to face and provide to this generation something that has never done before, respecting each entity, There is also a universal setting that you are starting to explore while you're alive. So, as a common verb, to place or put, to position something in a specific location. Set the books on the table. So, for the next week of transition, the word is position. So that is the direction towards we have set. A DJ can be changing the music, so it goes into a crescendo, and people start exhorting, and then there's sort of like a clamor and climax, and then it just starts to mellow down and get softer again, and there are ups and downs. I know for rough man it's very hard to make a peace deal and sound that at the same time they're winning, because history has not given much credit to a worldwide accordance to set this into function. Another is to establish or decide, to fix a value, rule, or date, set a record, set a deadline, or set a price, to adjust a device, to prepare a machine for use, set the alarm for 7 a.m., or set the oven to 350 degrees, to change state, to become firm or solid, like set the mode, wait for the concrete to set, or the jelly has set. So it's solidified, right? So a change of state, which is universal. So we'll be talking about what is to set, to sit. I guess I should have a day of the week that's related to sex, right? Yeah, just to sit showing her tits off, right? So narrative location, to place the action of a story in a specific time or place. The movie is set in the 190s, 40s in India. Second is common noun, meaning. Gemini told me the word set has over 400 synonymous, 420, I have forgot. So a group or collection, a number of similar things that belong together. Set of tools, a chess set, a set of rules. Entertainment scenery, a set is like a setting, a scenario, right? So is the third week that's related to space and the scenario. The third week is talking about the environment. You can have your own vibration and free will. But when the scenario is poor, what else can you do? You are a witness to the scenario and a participant of it. Even if you don't do anything, you're part of it. And you might hope for people of inner authority to relate through what is about inner authority with others' state of authority and their set of rules. So these are spaces, understanding the movement through time, space, when we're going to role play in virtual reality as well, as we move through transitions. I am gradually, very slowly, making you think about how you create in the multiverse. Not just going out, hanging out with your friends in a disco, which is something I would rather do as well. Would just love to give you the rules and you just role play. You have your settings to create with, and there you go. So we need world peace for that first, and an agreement to have the guardianship of each country and culture for their character traits. For the tech world map is also understanding the importance of our relationships. So the more you want to create polemic with the second dimensional positional without having understanding these conversations that dance together instead of crashing. So crashing in therapy groups is related to complaining. It's better to stop claiming what happened in the past to move forward when you are allowing the thematic move one step for the other one also to be able to move another step. So playing with the settings for what you have only. It's not a setup like Trump doing his circus to create drama on votes, but he's a great example for why we need to have the leaders of the world in power for the next 10 years. Um, the, the percentage for each country and culture from the tech titans to split the cake. Or they will just be excluded and we make our own technologies and artificial intelligence. To I will be fine if everything made in America in the United States is cut off until Trump is taken out. With all the respects to their people, but we are looking at murders, mass destruction, the castration of children, pedophile rings. We are looking the health and people fighting to give food to immigrants. We also see beautiful things from Americans, and doesn't mean because you want to belong to one group in the left, you're all freaks. So it has become too little to set yourself in a category that's just or left or right. So the individual has been cut off from his own identity to explore as well, or to be left alone being creative. You already know what you can do when you are following someone that is not giving a percentage. This is what has happened in these 5 years. From what they have stolen. Yeah. So first of all, I want to have reasons to be alive, and I am very negative for all the negativity that I don't even wish to talk about anymore within my set of rules where I used to just role play and ignore the mediocre problems of the real world, I found myself in horror every time I go to X and look at the news. So I miss my children, and I'm threatened to not have universal credit because I cannot pay my phone to have the call, so I missed the call 2 times. And it is not noble of mine to exist anymore. I wish to finish my existence and just go like the train that was derailed and they couldn't go to see their families from Madrid to Malaga. I have to get a ticket to Malaga in 2 weeks. So my imagination has been with the dead people that will never see their family again in flesh. So my father's been murdered already and my mother is dying. I wish to belong in a world where Donald Trump and people like him don't exist. So people that praise sacrifices with a Jesus that was put in a cross. I don't want to be in a world where people believe in sacrifices. I wish this ends. I don't want my children to live in this world, so if the only way to speak is with threats, just finish it. Don't think it's any threat for me. It's not a sacrifice. For me, it's a relief because anything I talk here is meaningless. It's only an attraction for you. Knowing is not everything, or having genius ideas that you have studied for it. You have practiced and experiment with your friends. So the scenario is schizophrenic. When you look at the news, when you relate to people, for me, going out in the world this morning, I felt that I never wanted to get out again if I could. It doesn't matter if what you do. People come and go. People want to cheat and lie and have you working for free without your human rights to produce for your family. So thus I am set in a beautiful jail where I can paint, see colors and imagine, but I lost my inspiration as well. So if my inspiration is dead, why should I be alive? So just finish it. It would be a relief to go. Influencers just wanting to have views. Nobody cares about corruption and the money to get to people in need, or not even $5 for me to recover my kids. So there's no shared reality. These are people that are heartless. I wish America is united against United States, so it is removed from our connectivity, and we create our broadband, our internet resources, and our artificial intelligence from one day to another. This very 1st of February, if it's necessary. So we disconnect from this sickness, and Americans have their consciousness to work it out. We we have beaches where we go nude and we are in connection with the nature, and nobody is a pervert looking at children or taking pictures of children. Now children have to hide. They cannot play in the sunshine like angels or swim with the sea. Just to feel the nature is becoming more polluted. Europe is an evolved country. It doesn't need all this. So when you disconnect from the madness of this situation, just simply stop talking to it. Disconnect at all. We have other channels to go. Um, Americans can relate with themselves and buy their own cars. We can prosper with Africa, South America, Europe. China is free to do whatever they want, to consider themselves peacemakers or part of a new generation who have pushed the envelope, or just finish with the threats. Because if you don't see, if you don't see it coming, what you can do. But still, we need a universal coin to be a way to the polarity to what has caused a war and to destroy America from Europe is what the prince from the Arab Emirate, Arab Emirate, this very young, handsome prince from Arab Emirates, he paid Donald Trump $1 trillion to destroy NATO. So this is what he's doing, this for $1 trillion. So if you want to be fighting in the public and creating more ugly stress, and Putin might feel also that maybe it's time to destroy Europe now, or maybe just be part of a peace deal. That's up to his consciousness. He will put the last word, and more mediating. So he puts another last word as well. But allow him to have his last word, to be listened, as he can listen to you as well. Well, I have died many times. I have to imagine that I was looking for my boyfriend so he would cover me, because I felt I was disappearing with the death. You cannot return when accidents happen. You can't return. All I heard was so much work to be away from my family, and now I could never be again with them. I've died because working in the city, I cannot see my family again. I am dead. Not just the people in the train. I am dead here in a train that has no final station and is derailed. Everything is derailed. Everything you do. Everything you put forward is just a consuming waste. So, if we are set for this, in reality, to listen to more crimes one after the other from United States, to never call it United States of America ever again, to create our own Google map as well. It would take 10, 20 years. China might be ahead with their artificial intelligence, but we are nourishing and having an open window to. We never had mass shootings in Europe. Um, these websites about sex as well from America. Europe has been very free and friendly between man and woman. It boys don't need to really become incels, but if you have this availability, they will. So there are no really spaces to allow the future generations to flourish and be together. For this week, each day will be on synonymous about set. What is set in your scenario that you already have? And the synonymous will be put, who divide into words that I will say for that day, and another day for arrange. And we'll talk about the words of what you have said to arrange all the synonymous. That's, I guess, for Wednesday. So for Tuesday, switch on is for Wednesday. Switch on, set off, right? Turn on, activate, program. Embedded, what's install, mount, fix, what's imbued in you as a set of smells. I just made that up. Adjust for Friday, day that's more like regulate, coordinate, rectify, and synchronize. It's one of my favorite words to get a grip on. So I will love your mediations to be clear and pragmatic, to enhance your culture with your settings, your sets of rules, and see the scenario that you have already. And the idea is that we can share with countries that are being asked for as Ukraine, Guyana, Taiwan. We will consider in the map that we have already set. We can welcome many people to have these ideas around. So it can belong to both, to Russia and Europe, Ukraine, and perhaps create something totally new. Beautiful. So it works by itself. It already has these settings. The So for today, I need to relax and mourn. I've lost a lot in my life and suffer from sorrow. This is why I disengage and disconnect to nothingness. I say to myself that I'm in bliss, relaxed, in a state of nothingness, searching for the divine, which is there because I have been for many years. Uh, there is no bliss really, because there is a lot of pain from being alive. To watch the monks walking, to have the possibility of being with my mother her last years or months, to be able to see that everything that I had said has not given me anything, and it has damaged my relation with life because I cannot love. So when I love is when I can see. There's nothing I want to see. So I just close my eyes and close my senses, and I don't want to perceive anything. Donald Trump just wants to prove who has more power. He will never stop for 1 trillion. So you better check on his accounts as well and his family. We're gonna build this map so this never happens again. With all these corruptions, we'll never have to see people wanting to hurt others because they are superior, because they're generous, because they are classic, because they have a witty humor, because they are above and beyond, because they are naturally beautiful, because they are rich beyond extension and history, aeons time, because they had conquered the world together as brothers and sisters, life after life, because there isn't why to put people against with, because you cannot tolerate that other people have more and have given you everything you have right now, besides the jungle or the deserts you already had. As for China, to open their mind into the world of freedom of expression and stop harassing, to take Taiwan, stop bullying Japan, let them be, let people be. USA has its problems. So to recognize is healing already. It is death is transforming. So you let it burn and brush through like a flood of fire. All you want to do know is already in your hands. It's good to accept that, okay? The honesty you have is good enough. Just disconnect from United States until Trump is removed and the tech titans recognize what they have taken from the libraries of Europe, and they recognize each country and culture. If they like to belong to this world, they need time to see on themselves. I can be watching people from United Kingdom. I can be watching people from Spain. So the problem is that when you're a good person, you want to fix something. It worries you, even if you can't. So the United States at this moment is a sickness with no return. So we're trying to get something better. It gets worse. There's nothing good from there as it is right now. So you can take the clip where the Prince of Arabia Saudi asked to finish with NATO for 1 trillion. So you already know how the rules have been set and what awaits for you. Don't think because they speak English and you speak English. The whole world speaks English because of the English, their gentleness. Okay, so bye.